today's live. Actually, I'm saying hi, but nobody's technically in the live yet. So for anyone who is going to watch this in playback, I am, as usual, doing a double chat. This time I'm actually doing I'm on YouTube on this screen. So when I look this way, I am looking at my YouTube screen. When I look this way, I am looking at my Instagram screen. So if you guys see me going back and forth, that's what's happening. I'm just sort of looking at both screens. Hi. Stuff is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Hello. Hey, Ferdman. So once again, I'm going to be kind of looking back and forth. So here is IG and here is YouTube. So that's what's happening over here. Alex says hi. Oh, tell her hi. She helped me. Oh, well, I'm too lazy to get it, but she helped me get. We went to Michael's and we got like the the fake flowers, and she helped me put them together into my little bird, like fake bird cage thing, because she has the eye for it. So I was just like, help. Hello. Hi. Love your glasses. Thank you. I like to change them up it's just like a whatever mood I'm in. I recorded a video for a later video next week or something, where I'm playing kind of like a really nerdy character. So I was like, what's a nerdy glasses that I haven't worn in a minute? And this was it. Hello, Denver, yes. Your skits are amazing. Thank you. Appreciate it. She says anytime. Oh. Hello. Okay, sorry. I got lost for a second there. Yard game? What do you mean? What's a yard game? Hello from India. Hello. Lots of love. Back and forth. The reason that I wanted to hop on live today, by the way, is because I just published episode 2 of my show, The Nerd Tea, where I talk to authors, and I talk to a YA author. Her name is Melissa Albert. And so I just posted it a couple hours ago, and you should watch it. It's really good. Hello. Hi, Steph from Texas en route to Burning Man. Hello. I hope you have fun and are safe. Congrats on your podcast. Thank you. It's technically in video format as of right now, but I have a Discord. The link should be in my bio. And I asked would it be my subscribe? I don't know, what are they called on Discord? I'm not sure what they're called on Discord, but I asked them where they would like to have it in podcast format, and I got the answers of Spotify, Apple, and YouTube in the podcast form. So I will be doing that soon enough. I have to go back and post the first episode when I do that, and that was with sisters Elizabeth and Helen. I said Heaven. So I will post that as well in podcast form, but right now it's in video format over on YouTube. Have you seen Megan Lewis she's got an amazing selection of glasses. I have not. I'm not sure who that is, but I love anyone who has a collection of glasses. I feel like whenever glasses wearers see each other out in public, it's always like, I see you and your glasses. Do you like science fiction, like Asimov? I feel like I would like to know what you think about this genre. I do like sci-fi. I unfortunately don't read as much sci-fi. Um, I don't know why. Like I have like do oh you can't see YouTube can see. I have Dune back there, but Instagram can't see it with the angle. Let me see if I can kind of there Dune. Um, so I have read the genre and I do enjoy the genre but for whatever reason I don't read it as much. I the main thing that I read is fantasy, and it's usually high fantasy. Then right below it is just like what's called urban fantasy, or just fantasy based on real world. And then probably tied sort of at the bottom is just like not the bottom but like tied beneath that is sci-fi and just like contemporary romance. Um, yeah, and then the rest is miscellaneous. Everything else is like underneath. So yeah, that's kind of the order of like what I gravitate to when I want to pick out a book. What's your favorite book to recommend? It depends on what people want to read. Recently I had a friend who came up to me because she wanted to get back into reading, and she liked the idea of fantasy but had never really done fantasy, and fantasy can be very daunting to people, especially just like high fantasy. So I started with like slower fantasy and kind of build it up. So yeah, so basically I usually somebody asks me to recommend a book, I try to ask like what kind of book they're looking for, what do they like, what they don't like, and then I can recommend something. But 9 times out of 10, if people are coming up to me for book recommendations, it's usually fantasy. Hola. I didn't know you had a pod video cast. That's so cool. Thank you. I just started it. Last yes, last month. Yes, last month. Um, my first episode was released July 11th. Um, and I'm trying so far to release one every month up until November of this year. I'll take a break in December and then hopefully have authors for next year. But as of right now, I posted a new author last month with like teases in the form of like short form, in vertical form. Um, and then like to accompany it, and then I just published one today, and then I have one ready to go for the next several months, all the way including one in November. So I have one coming up in September, October, and November. So yeah, it's exciting. And yes, I will put it in actual podcast form, I promise. I just had no idea how to do it at first, so yeah. Thank you so much for the badge, Nick. I appreciate it. Those are big hitters. Awesome. Thanks. ¿Cuánto de Venezuela? Saludos de Argentina. Gracias. Um. Hi, you're very pretty. Are you Venezuelan? Thank you. I am. I appreciate it. Ooh. And that is all that I'm going to say. I feel like I missed something. Oh wait. Oh, sorry. I can't read. You're very cute, and that is all that I'm gonna say. I'm gone by now. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, guys. Getting my ego. um, Hi, Boris. But yeah, so like I said, I wanted to come on here because I'm excited about the episode that I just released. And Melissa Albert is a great author. If you guys like YA books, so that means young adult books, her vibe is very sort of like unsettling, and there's always obviously an element of fantasy, but hers are based in the real world. So she has books that are based in the real world, but in one series she'll talk about like there'll be like themes of like fairy tales, and another one there's like witches, and her latest one it's like games of gods and goddesses and stuff like that, and it's all very like kind of creepy, kind of like unnerving. It's a little mysterious, but it's not scary or anything. So it's not like you're reading Stephen King or something like that. It's still YA and it's a lot more tame. It's more like unsettling than scary, or like kind of unnerving or creepy. But yeah. Come to Brazil. I'll make you queen. One day I'll go to Brazil. It'll be fun. Um, If you need any audio processing and editing for your podcast, I'll love to help you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And if you want, I have a work email. You could DM me and send me like how we could work together, and I can read it. I appreciate the help. My mind got. I'm tired. I woke up this morning. I had to work. I feel like I have to sneeze, and it's really frustrating. Hi, where are you from? Hello, I was born in Venezuela, but I currently live in the United States. Is a work email in your bio? I think so. You know what? I hope so. I meant for it to be. So if it's not, then I need to fix that. Um, because that I need people to be able to reach out to me. But yeah, I will check up on that after this live. So hopefully, yes. If it's not, just send me a DM and just make sure that at the top it's like something like podcast editing or something like that. If you want to read something that is intersection of sci-fi and fantasy, I recommend the Coldfire trilogy by C.S. Friedman. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the recommendations. I do also have I have a Discord thing. I said it a little bit earlier, but in case somebody hadn't heard it, I have a Discord page. That's not what it is. Channel. And in it one of the topics, whatever, I am very new to Discord if you can't tell. One of the topics is book recommendations. So anyone who has like good book recommendations can hop on there and also give some. So that is awesome. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, and you also reminded me that I do have a book club, and I forgot to post on my social media other than on Goodreads and on Discord. I did post out there, but I forgot to post what this month's book is. But if you do I have something on my teeth? Yes, I do. Hold on. Don't I? I can't tell. Maybe it's just a camera. Oh no, I don't. What the? Oh yes, I do. What the? Hold on. Anyway, if you guys want to hear book recommendations, go on the Discord, go on my Goodreads. I have like a little book club. This month we're reading When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Yes. So you guys can read that. I'm like, do I have something on my teeth? I can't tell. It doesn't seem like it. Huh. But it seems like it on YouTube, but it doesn't seem like it on Instagram. Annoying. Anyway, but yeah, you guys can. I see it again. I am so annoyed. Ugh. Uh-huh. I know I see. Oh, that's why it says on this side. Ha ha ha. Okay. Now I see it. Hold on a second, everyone. Give me 1 second. I got it. I got that little thing. That's why I was like, I thought it was on this side because I'm flipped, but it was on this side. And anyway, that's what was happening. It's all good now. I kind of lost track of what I was saying. Oh yeah, this month's book, yeah, When the Moon Hatched. It's really good. It's fantasy. It's high fantasy. It's supposedly romantasy. I haven't gotten there yet, but romantasy. There's dragons, and it's pretty new. The second one is gonna come out soonish, so um, it's kind of has a buzz about it. So if you guys want like romantasy and want to get ahead of the curve before something gets really popular, I think this one is the one to read. Since no one is talking to me, I'm gonna get a bite of cookie because no one is talking to me yet. Mm. Oh, so if I get into the setting and the backstory, but then it's all fantasy, nice. I like that. Kind of like Dune ish. Sorry. Love your videos, so creative. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have a lot of fun making them. It's a bad idea to eat a cookie when I'm live. It's a bad idea. Now I feel like I'm gonna have stuff all over my teeth. What kind of cookies? Chocolate chip. The best kind of cookies. Funny enough, I don't really, I try not to buy cookies myself because I am a fiend. And if I start buying cookies, then I will just constantly eat cookies, and that's just not good for your health. But for whatever the odd reason, this week, two friends happened to bring me chocolate chip cookies. Separate occasions, they don't even know each other. I did not like ask for cookies. I didn't mention cookies. I didn't say at any moment recently like how much I love chocolate chip cookies. But for some reason, two different friends in two different occasions gave me cookies, chocolate chip cookies. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm putting out in the universe, but I'm not complaining. Like, I bring in all the cookies, please. Um oh, kind of, but with Dune, there's still a galactic empire, even though most of it takes place in the. There's this thing that's like covering the chat for some reason. Most of it takes place in on the desert hellscape of Arrakis. Arrakis. I always pronounce it Arrakis, and then in the movie it's like Arrakis. But I always thought it was Arrakis. I don't know, but Arrakis. I think it's what it's supposed to be. But yes, I get what I okay. So it's a little bit more fantasy leaning than Dune, which is a selling point for me actually. I like your pronunciation better. Thank you. It just the double R made it seem like I don't know. But in general, it's just yeah. Yeah. Wonder if you can play. I don't think there's anything like that on YouTube, but I think on Instagram I can play with filters even though I'm live. Yeah. Changing my hair color. Oh. Hello, Rainy. Ooh, this one's fun. Do we like this one or is it too dark? I'm playing with filters over here on Instagram. Appreciate your passion for books. Thank you. They were literally my best friends for some time. Like books were. I um was a very shy kid and I didn't make friends very easily. And so books were the best way to have lots of friends and lots of adventures, you know? Do you like any anime currently? Unfortunately, I haven't read or seen it, like read any new mangas or seen any new anime recently, other than like rewatching my favorite, which is Fruits Basket. But I haven't seen any new ones, which is really annoying for me. I've been wanting to look for some that are more. I always like the ones that are more like magic and romance based and like very woman based. So if you guys have any recommendations, I'm happy to hear them. The 10 things I heard about you and the magician's one. For what? Ooh, for what? For what? Wait, I think I missed something. For what? Um, a lot more fantasy. There's magic beyond just the Bene Gesserit and their mental abilities. Ah, I like that. I have to like you have to recommend it in my Discord, please. Ooh, what is this one? Oh, it's kind of dark. Oh, it's literally called Dark Mood. Ooh, look at this smoothing out my face. Oh, nice, cute. What is this? Oh, no. The Instagram filters are. Oh, wait, it's the same things. Ah, wait. Oh, no. Oh, no, they're not. Ooh, sparkles. And what is this? I don't know what this is. Now I think I'm just doing the same ones all over again. Oh, oh wait, what is that? Oh, no. Well, that was fun. This one's cute. Anime Reco Studio. Oh, well, yeah, that's a classic. Also, Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note, Attack on the Titan. Yeah, those are the classics. Okay, this is a little too much. This is too much. Okay. Do you have a favorite book? I wish that I had a much better answer for whenever somebody asked me this question, which it makes sense that people would ask me this question and you would think that I would have a ready set answer for this. I kind of do, but I feel like it's disappointing because the short answer is I do not. I am somebody who will fall in love with certain books and then they will be all I think about for like months or years. And so then that's kind of my favorite at the time. And then I'll find another series and then that will be my favorite. So the answer always changes. However, with that being said, the books that I will always have like and I've said this before, but it's true. The books that I will always have a lot of nostalgia to because they're the ones that got me into reading and writing and all of that are the Harry Potter books. They're literally the reason that I have all of this. Um and then I guess my current favorite ones, I have some. I am fully obsessed as are most people that read this genre. I am obsessed with Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I'm I'm obsessed with Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I'm obsessed with. Pause for a second. Oh, like what is it? Serpents and the Wings of Night, by Carissa Broadbent. Love, love the books. Very Shadow Daddy vibes all around. Um, there's probably more, but I have to like inspect my bookshelf. But yeah, those are, and I'm really enjoying this month's book pick for my book club. Um, it's When the Moon Hatch. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, so those are kind of the ones that I focus on right now. Okay, so I read a question there. Let me read one here. Shout out to The Great Gatsby. That's true. I feel like I do have it somewhere. Do you ever post book recommendations? I used to. Not very much. I never fully did, but for videos, but they did horrible. Nobody really liked to hear what I had to say. Um, but I have been thinking of doing it more long form and just doing it again for shits and giggles. But also, I do post it again in my Discord. Um, I post some there as well, and yeah. Okay, hold on. Pause here and let me go here for a second. I just posted it in Book Rex in the Discord. Yay! I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have tons of questions. Ask away. Do you like the fantasy vibes more? Absolutely, I do. I started reading, like, my introduction to being a book lover was with fantasy, and so I think that I just fell in love with the magic element, with the idea of a different world, and with magic and creatures and powers and archery and swords and all that stuff, and pretty dresses. So yeah, I definitely like the fantasy vibe a bit more. And I think because I mostly read romantasy, which is romance plus fantasy essentially. So fantasy, but the romance is a big part of the fantasy plot. And I think that usually the fantasy aspect makes the romance a little bit more interesting for me. So yeah, so that's usually my favorite. But I've obviously read other genres as well, but that's usually my go-to one. Very respectable book nook. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, pause here. Let's go back here. I know I saw somebody comment and I just lost it. Have you read Powerless by Lauren Roberts? No, but that name sounds oddly familiar. Hold on. No, never mind. I lied. I lied. What's it about? Another book guide. And don't forget to put it in my Discord channel, link in the bio. What's it about? Ooh, I just yelled that out. I feel like I just yelled. Band artist recommendations? You want music recommendation for me? It's probably not ideal. I am eclectic. And not because I have such a refined music take, but just because I'm eclectic. Greetings from Gao. Hello. Happy vacation to you. Get back to here. Do you think authors should have more creative control over their book adaptations or nah? That's a fun question. That's a really fun question. That's a very interesting question. And this is such a cop out, but in my opinion, the answer is yes and no. And I will explain. So we obviously every reader out there has seen an adaptation where it is an extremely disappointing adaptation. Just a lot of things missing, characters whose personalities randomly got changed, important things that just were not mentioned, etc., etc. And then you always hear, not always, that's a lie, but sometimes you'll hear of the authors will later come out, whether it's right away or years later, and they'll be like, yeah, I didn't like that either, but I couldn't, like, I had no power or whatever. And so in that case, you're just like, dang, like, if only they would have listened to, the person who came up with the entire story, then maybe it would have been better. Um, then but just as you have those examples, you also have the examples of the authors who had so much control and power over their adaptation that it was actually not good. And not everyone, because some authors can be involved and it's actually amazing that they're involved. I know, for example, like George R. R. Martin is involved in House of the Dragon more than he was with like Game of Thrones and stuff. So like, and House of the Dragon is great. So like, things like that. But I also know of times when authors were so involved that it actually was a detriment to the story, because they felt that certain lines and very specific things had to be in there, even though the thing about adaptations, what makes it hard is that what sounds good when you're reading it doesn't necessarily sound good when you say it out loud. Or like what you picture as looking really cool in a book doesn't translate well outside of it. And especially when you get to stuff like fantasy, where sometimes you read fantasy and there'll be chapters that are just dedicated to getting the audience to know a little bit more about the world. If it's like a TV show, you might have time for that. But if it's a movie, you don't really have time for that. So adaptations are really hard. So sometimes an author's involvement can help, which is awesome. But sometimes the author's involvement, or like super involvement, can actually be a detriment to the story, because they're unable to let go of certain scenes that just won't translate well. So that's why my answer is such a cop out. I know, like, it just depends. I know, but yeah, it really just depends. It depends on, like, I think what it mostly depends on is, yes, like, how much of the author's involvement you have, and like how much do they understand the medium that they're trying to adapt this to, but also who is the screenwriter, who are the directors, who are the actors, do they know the work, do they respect the work? Because if that case, then it's a little bit easier to collab and then have a good adaptation, versus the not, and then you just have an adaptation that's like, that makes no sense. Yeah, that's my answer to that. Hopefully that was a good discussion. Would love to hear what you guys think. So the original question was, do you think authors should have more creative control over their book adaptations or not? And then I would love to hear what you guys have to say to that. Let's see what's happening over here. There's a Venezuelan band based in Miami that's Afro-Caribbean rock. They're southern. Oh, what is it? What are they called? Powerless. It's like a fantasy romance. It's enemies to lover. The girl doesn't have powers, and the guy kills people who doesn't have powers, and it's basically their enemies, but he doesn't know it. Ooh, that sounds really fun as well. Oh, please send it, put it in my Discord in book recommendations, because I would love to put that in my Goodreads later on as well as the book that you put, Clifford, in the book rights. Like, I'd love to add them to my Goodreads so that I can find them later. So please put it there. I would love to read that. Although the premise sounds so oddly familiar, and I wonder if I've already added it. Doesn't matter. Put it anyway. Their name is Zeta. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I love Venezuelan. Like, obviously, I love supporting anything Venezuelan. So, I'm not biased at all. How often is often? Oh, for what? Sorry, I feel like I'm having so many conversations and I'm not entirely sure. How often is often for what? What books are you reading right now? I am reading this. Oh, that was my air conditioning. I don't know if you guys heard it. It's so loud. I have to like yell when it's on. It just turned off. I'm currently reading When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, I believe it is. It's the book that I picked for this month's book club. I have a book club. You can find the details on my Discord and on my Goodreads. It's called Nerds of a Quill. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the book I picked for book club. So that's the one I'm currently reading, and I will soon have to not have to make it seem like it's like a chore. No. There's some books that just came out or are about to come out that are continuations of series that I like that will come after that book. I just got sent an ARC, which equals advanced reader copy, from Elizabeth and Helen. They were the first authors that I interviewed for my show. They write the series Beast of the Briar, and their next book is about to come out, but I just got an ARC for it, so I get to read it before it gets out. So that's the one that I'm reading next. I'm so excited. And then also I am about to interview another author in a few days. I won't mention who, but her next book in the series comes out in September 10th. So we wanted to get this interview done and have it come out right after that book comes out. And I pre-ordered it. So when that book comes out September 10th, I'll be able to start that as well. But yeah, so that's kind of where I am as far as reading currently. Wait, hold on. I'm lost. I'm so lost. Medellin, Colombia is great. Yet to visit Venezuela. I have not been to Medellin, but I have tons of friends who are either from there or have gone. I feel like I would love to go. Wait. I'm so lost. Hold on. Oh, Romanticy. Have you seen Jill Berubskits on it? No. Wait, maybe. No. What do they do? I'm really bad with like names and usernames, so maybe. Good answer. Thank you. F, Mary Kill, fantasy, horror, or sci-fi? I feel like we already know this answer. Oh, yeah, you already know this answer. So off already, like goodbye. Horror. I don't do horror. I am actually a scaredy cat, so I don't do anything that scares me. I just will not. I refuse. So kill it, bury it, like throw, like just no. Then so I would F sci-fi, because I feel like it's just like that cool bad boy type that just comes in. You just want like for me, I just want like a fun ride for a second, but then it's like, okay, enough. And then marry fantasy so that I can be with fantasy forever in life. I like that question. That was a really fun one. That was a really fun one, actually. I really like that one. What about you guys? F, marry, kill, fantasy, horror, sci-fi. I would love to know you guys' answers to this. Have you read Live by Night by Dennis Lehane? 1920s mob epic set in Florida and Cuba. I have not. That sounds like fun. Do you just reminded me that I think I got recently like a mob type story. Like I think it's like Mexican, and I like the author's Mexican, and I think the story also takes place in like Mexico. And you just reminded me of it, and I haven't read it. Do you ever visit Athens, Georgia? We have a cool gaming bar. I have not visited Athens. I know people who went to study there, but I've never been actually. Oh, deviating from the source is usually a bad thing. I do agree. I agree. But I also know that you can't put everything in a book in a TV show. Possibly a show, you have a little bit more wiggle room, but a TV show, not really. Or what? Movie, not really. But yes, it's about knowing what not to include without deviating from the source. Like for example, if we take Harry Potter or whatever, like you're not gonna deviate from like when he, I don't know, meets Ron in the train. Like that'd be crazy. But you can deviate from like once you meet the main professors like McGonagall and Snape and Quirrell or whatever, you can deviate from like some of the other ones because you just don't have time if it's a movie, right? So it's things like that. It's like knowing when to deviate and when to not. HBO should have had it in their contract that if George R. R. Martin hadn't finished the series by a certain point, a ghostwriter would do it, and NDAs all around. Um, that one's that one's just interesting as far as like the fact that literally I don't think this man even knows where he's going with the story. So I that one's yeah. Or at least I feel like they should have talked to him a little bit more about where he would like the characters to go. But yeah. Barry Trotter is wait, what is that book? I don't know what that book is. Did I just say something weird? I don't I can't tell. Have you read Time Traveler's Wife? I have not. I also know that that's a movie. I haven't read it because it feels like the kind of movie or book that will make me cry a lot, and I'm not in that mood right now. It's a book. It's a book from the '90s. Okay, no horror, no. But the Get Out film is really good. But it's I don't consider it horror. I don't consider Get Out horror. I consider it terrifying, but in a different way. Um, but not necessarily horror. But no, I'm a scaredy cat. I really can't. I can't. No, 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 no. Um, Ooh, I love when the you guys that are watching the live will also have like side conversations with each other. I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm building a community and I really enjoy it. So over here they're talking about more of Game of Thrones. Brody asked Clifford, do you think that would have worked out creatively? Would George have chosen the writer for a ghostwriter for the show? Or like ghostwriter for the series so the show could get to it, whatever. Or so many questions for that one, but interesting concept. Yes. What's a fictional character or characters that you feel the deepest connection with? Ooh. Mm, it depends on like deepest connection in what way. Again, just Harry Potter is always like my nostalgic one, so I really felt like for Harry, like just the idea of well, mostly I felt for the idea of wanting to be like taken away and taken to like a fantasy world, and all of a sudden I'm important and I have friends and blah blah blah. So when I was a kid, I really connected to him, but I also really connected to Neville. So there was that. But yeah, and there's a character from a book that I haven't connected with yet, but I have a feeling that I will. I don't know how to explain it, but we haven't gotten her POV yet, so I don't know. But I think I will. And for those of you who are a fan of Sarah J. Maas, it's an Akatar Elaine. I just feel like I will connect to Elaine, but I'm not sure yet because I haven't read her POV hasn't been written yet. But yeah. Very emotional book or movie. That's what you could tell. You could, for example, like there are movies, for example, like Titanic, The Notebook, or whatever. I did see it, Pearl Harbor. Like I saw them, but when I tell you that I didn't see those things until like like late, like way late, like way. I'm talking like maybe late high school or college or something like that. I just for because I just knew that they were gonna break my little soul, and I just was not in the emotional place to handle it for years until somebody like a friend was like, no, we're gonna watch it. And like for days, it was like back to back. I swear they were trying to kill me. It was like back to back, like Notebook, Titanic, Pearl Harbor, A Walk to Remember. Like I don't even remember what else it was, but it was just like like I can't. But yeah. Um oh god, wait, hold on, I'm super lost. Ready Player One was oh wait, I feel like I missed one. But yeah, Ready Player One was such a better movie than book. It felt like anyone could have written the book in a week, with a few weeks to shoehorn in a bunch of geek culture references to pad page count. That's hilarious. Jill's skits are dialogue between the author and the main character. That's really funny. I have my skits are between characters, but I have done not many, but I have done some between like the author and the main character. That's really funny. I should follow them. Have you read the Red Rising? It's basically the Hunger Games in a Roman Empire vibe. Thank you so much for reminding me because you want to know something funny. I have the entire series. I own the entire series of Red Rising. It is up there in my. If you see the little house up there, it's above that. I have the entire series because I know that it's good. I know it. I haven't read it, but I know it's good, and I feel like I need to read it. But I have it. But I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but I know it's good. So that's where we are with that one. Well, so thank you for reminding me that that series does exist. Um, I don't know if it's just my internet, but you look really glitchy and pixelated for some reason. Oh no, either way, I'm so happy I caught your stream. Thank you so much for hopping in. And no, I hope that I'm not pixelated. Am I pixelated for anyone else? That's sad. I get that, but beyond the source material at play, Spielberg was adapting very rare work when you think about it, but I get where you're coming from. Um, that's true for adaptations. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I can't answer my own F Mary Kill question. It's too tough for me. I feel like nobody else answered it either. Like F Mary Kill, horror, fantasy, or sci-fi. I would love to know people's answers to that. Ever read Psycho-Cybernetics or Becoming Supernatural? How common people are doing the uncommon? They essentially have to do with visualization. Visual. Visualization. No. Visualization. Oh God. And manifestation. I can't say that word clearly. I just discovered this. No, I don't read a lot of help books. I usually read to escape. I sometimes, and I mean sometimes, will read like autobiographies, but usually it's from people that I'm like fans of or like really interested to know about their life for whatever reason. Like I'm just like, I need to know what this person thinks. But very rarely. So yeah, I read fiction. Like I strictly am a fiction girly. The genres of fiction can vary, and I've enjoyed a lot of different types of fiction, but yeah, I don't really read um anything that other people might consider useful. Are you excited about yes, Greta Gerwig's upcoming Narnia? Ooh, I don't know why I said it like that. Narnia films. Do you like those books? Yes, 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 yes. I'm very excited. I'm very excited because I first of all, I loved the films. I had a massive crush on the actor who played Peter. Like an unhealthy crush on the guy. Um, but I think the books, just like most fantasies, just work better as well. Is it a series or a film? I thought it was a series. Regardless, I think Greta Gerwig does a really good job, and she's already adapted. Like she adapted Little Woman, and she did a good job with it. I thought so. I think she would do a good job with Narnia. Oh, wait, I am so Get Out is total horror, one of my favorites. Yeah, it was a good one, but it's one of those because I'm a scaredy cat. Like I said, I did see it. I appreciate it. I loved it. I'm so glad I watched it. I will never watch it again. Like one and done. Hi Rosalina. There's something I don't get about adaptations. By the time you hand off the parts of a book or a series to casting, to wardrobe, to the set builders and prop makers, we're down to dialogue and blocking. Um, I think that's part of the ghostwriting process. It's up to how the contract is drafted. Personally, I'd put George as far from the process as possible. Odds are good that he'd break the NDA immediately. I will usually prop and all of that actually get hired last, or not last, but certainly not before the writers. Like writers are there from the very beginning. They're the wardrobe and like they sort of go off a lot based off on the script and what the director like shots are and whatnot. So yeah. Oh, very pixelated. Oh no. Several people are saying that I'm pixelated. That is that just on YouTube? Am I pixelated over here on Instagram? You're pretty, thank you. Nadia, hi, you had a crush on Peter, I had a crush on Susan. Honestly, I wanted to be Susan. I thought she was I mean the actress is gorgeous. So the actress is gorgeous. She had the bow and arrow. Like I wanted, I wanted to be. She was with Caspian later. Like I, come on. Like I wanted to be her. So there's that. Do you think it's fair to observe how a book is by reading the comments at the back? Um, you mean like kind of seeing what people think in order to make your decision as to whether you should read it? Or just like specifically comments of the books like at the back of the books, because those are, I mean, obviously those are usually good comments. Like nobody's gonna print a bad comment about their book on their book. um but I think it's a fair assessment, especially if there's an author that you might like, because if you like their work and they're liking this, there's a good chance that this is like in your vibe as well. Obviously it's not a guarantee, but it's a good way of being like, okay, it's kind of, it's in the realm of things that I like, which is always a good way to, in my opinion, make a decision for picking a book. Looks good to me. Okay, so I'm not pixelated, and over here, Jason also said I'm not pixelated here. I'm just pixelated on YouTube. You guys are on my laptop. You would think my laptop is better. Confusing. What's your Discord? It is on my bio. There's a link. I don't know what it is. I call us the Stefa nerds. Um, but I don't know if that's how, I don't know much about Discord, so I have no idea if you could actually find me like that, like Stephanie, like the Stefa nerds, or you need the link. But the link is in my bio. Hopefully. I hope. Nice glasses, thank you. Let's see over here. I'm reading Moby Dick. Oh, I don't really. What did I think about Moby Dick? I read it back in like school, but I'm not sure if I liked it very much. But I don't know why. Um. Wait, wait, wait. From all the books you've read, what has been your favorite opening line or closing line? Oh dear. I don't remember any opening or closing lines. Except Harry Potter one. And I know why I remember that one, and it's because I didn't understand it. I didn't speak English at that time, and I was reading it in English, and I was very confused because it was like, Mr. and Mrs. Dursley were proud to say that they were perfectly normal, thank you very much. And I was confused as to who they were thanking. I didn't realize it was an expression. So I was just like, what? Who are they talking to? Who's talking? Um, but that's probably the only reason why I remember that, because I read it so many times, because I was like, what is happening? I had to get the dictionary. It was a mess. But I'm blanking on like literally every single opening or closing line that I've ever read in my entire life. All was well, Harry Potter. Again, that's not, now I'm sounding like a broken record. I don't remember any of them. Wow. Huh. Well, that's disappointing to know about myself. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, wait. Do you have any tips on how to decorate a bookshelf apart from putting books in? I do, actually. I do have tips. Okay, so tip number one from me. Well, tip number one, you just, this particular trick will do two things for you. A, it will make your bookshelf look fuller, and B, it will actually make sure that you don't get like mold and whatnot on your books. And that is to push them forward if you can. There's some books that I do push back, but most of them are actually pushed forward. It makes the shelf look fuller because everything is like coming at you. Versus if I were to put them back, then you'll constantly see a gap in the front of my books and it makes it look like emptier. The only times that I push a book back is if I put decoration in front of it. But if I don't have any, then it's usually pushed forward. So that's one. Two is to decorate. When you place books, try to place them all, like not all, but try to place them in different ways. I don't know if you can see. I'll point some out in YouTube in 1 second. Let me point out the ones in Instagram first because the question came from Instagram. So if you look at the bookshelf behind me, for example, these are standing up, right? You'll see those up here in this shelf. You'll see that half of them are up. These colorful ones are actually stacked like that. So instead of stacked to the side like these right here, these are stacked up. Same over here, you see these stacked up, but these are stacked to the side. And there's some, you don't see it in this one, but there's some where they're actually facing forward. Actually, I can turn the camera. Hold on. Okay, over here you'll see it. So like look at the shelf over here. As you can see, you have some that are stacked going up, some that are stacked over here going to the side, and then over here, if you see the dune ones, then they're actually facing forward. And so essentially what that will do is that it'll give it almost like if you're having different like shapes, and it'll just make it a little bit more dynamic. And I'll point them out on YouTube. So I was pointing actually at this shelf particular. It's a really good example. So oh my God, where's my pointer finger? So over here, the L. Hopkins books are going up. Then these over here to the side are kind of placed side by side, and then the dunes are facing up like that. And you'll see it here with my Sarah J. Maas shelf as well. You have these are going up and these are going to the side. So yeah, so these will make it more dynamic because it's not just like a row, a row, a row. And the last thing I say is like I love little trinkets. I like mixing in books with other things. You'll see that I have fake plants. You'll see that I have like my wands and globes, and I have like candles, and I have like little like knickknacks and figurines and stuff like that kind of spread out everywhere. And I'll just kind of do that where it seems like it needs a gap or it needs like a break in the pattern. And I'll just put like a something like a decoration there. You could put like a picture frame or whatever. You could put like whatever you want. Again, fake plants and stuff, and it just sort of breaks up again the pattern. Another way to do it, which is something that I wish I would have done, is instead of getting these white bookshelves, if you wanted more color or if you wanted to stand out more, if you were to get either darker wood instead of the white, or if you get an actual colorful one, like if you paint this like a dark blue or a sage green or whatever, then that also makes it seem like a part of the decoration and stuff. So yeah, those are some tips and tricks to decorate. I know some people get really creative. They'll like cut out like edges for the books to kind of give it like a shape. Other people will make like a fake dome like that so that it has like more, the bookshelf itself has actual shape. I'm not particularly talented in that regard, so I don't do that. But yeah, those are some tips and tricks, and I hope that help. And that's actually a great video idea. Thank you for that. Okay, pause here for a second. Let me go here. If you guys have any comments about what I just said, any questions or any tricks yourself, please mention them. Anyway, let me see here. Oh wait, where am I? Do not cite the deep magic to me, which I was there when it was written. Okay, Aslan. Do you have any comfort characters? I do. I have comfort characters. They usually are like the heron in some way. Like I like oh, what's it? Oh my God, I just blanked on her name. I like Seuss from the Mediator series by Meg Cabot. That was like a comfort character for me from like middle school when I discovered those books. I have like tons of like book boyfriends as well. Like, absolutely. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. The Dursleys were the British version of Babbitt 1922 by Sinclair Lewis, were they? I didn't know that. In addition to spacing the books away, oh, so here's another tip for decorating bookshelves. In addition to spacing the books away from the wall, maybe save the discount packets from other purchase. Oh yeah, to absorb moisture. Yes, yes, that is very true. So I will expand on that. To protect moisture getting to your book and getting mold and all that non fun stuff. You know the little packets that come in new shoes, they absorb that. So you just stick them in there, like in between in the back. Just like stick them. You can also buy them. You can buy packets of it, like on Amazon. They're not expensive at all. Um, but yes, buy stuff like that. Besides trying to like not have them like touching the back, you should also buy the little absorbents. In fact, I've been meaning to buy more because I have a lot more books than the last time I bought them. So I I need to follow my own advice. Please do more live events. It's fun. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am so bad at scheduling them. I usually don't schedule them. I kind of hop on whenever I have time. But you're right. I definitely need to make more time for it. And that's actually, I know that I keep mentioning it, and you guys are probably like, can you please stop talking about it? But I won't. That's also why I made the Discord page, because I felt bad that I kept being like, I'm gonna go live next week, and then something comes up, and then I'm like, never mind. The next thing I know, it was like 3 months, and I'm like, that's not good. So I made that because I do check it every day, and that way I can answer to people chatting with me on my Discord. But yes, regardless of that, I do need to make it more of a priority to come live. Hello. Have you ever tried writing yourself? Yes, actually, I am currently writing a book. Um, yeah, yes, I'm there. I don't have an agent though, so, but yes, I am writing a book. It's a fantasy, if anyone is surprised. Um, the best notebook I like is, I don't know how to pronounce that. And I think it's called. What is it? What is that? What is that about? What is that about? I want to know. Those shelves must be strong with 400 pounds of Dune. I got the little books though, the little paper bags. They had these beautiful hard cover dyed edge just like beautifully decorated books, and I literally was like, I don't have the space for that. So I said goodbye and I bought the little tiny paperbacks. But no, but I also only have the original 6, by the way. I don't have anything anything else. Mm. I gotta go with Spawn popping in. Hope you have a great night. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Ash, and I appreciate your questions. Is it the psychological aspect of horror or the gory aspect that draws you away from the genre? It is. No, I like the psychological. Well, hold on. Um, if it's a psychological type movie, then I like it more. That I do like that. But I don't like being scared. I don't like jump scares. I don't like the idea of being scared. I don't like goriness. And I'm this kind of person that I will legitimately have nightmares for weeks. And this is whether I see a movie or I read about it in a book. Like, again, why I stay far, far, far away from Stephen King. Like, I'm not, I can't handle it. My poor little baby heart over here. I don't know. I can't handle it. I'm like a child. Like, no, I can't do it. So yeah, all of the above, any of the above. I can't. I can't. Mm-mm-mm. Thank you. No problem. One more bookshelf related. Blah, blah, blah. One more bookshelf related. Do you sort your books by genres? I personally sort them by authors just because I find it easier if I need to find a book for whatever reason. I find it easier to just know by the author's last name. So alphabetical order. That's how I yeah, that's how I do it because a lot of times I might need to find something real quick, or if I get a new book and I don't know where to put it, like I just put it in the shelf that has like that author's the letter of that author's last name, and it's just easier for me. I know people will sometimes do it by like by genre. I know people will do it by and I'm not a fan of this one in particular. They'll do it by color. I don't like that because some series don't have the same color books, and then it bothers me to separate them. But that's a choice. It looks beautiful. But I care more about being able to find my book rather than like the as you can see, I'm more eclectic. The color coding way is just pretty. Um so yeah, I've seen people who like organize it by they've read it versus they've not read it, or their favorites versus their least favorites, or whatever it is. So there's a ton of ways. It's mostly on how it makes it easier for you to find your books and what makes sense in your head. For me, like I said, alphabetical order just makes sense in my head. Um Oh, and then alphabetical order of the author for me. It just makes more sense. But you could also do alphabetical order of the actual book title, like of the like if it's a series, then you would do like the first book and kind of like that. You could also do that if that makes more sense to you and if you can find those better. Everyone kind of has their own process there. And nothing is wrong, nothing is right. It's just whatever works for you. It's your bookshelf, so what makes it easier for you to find? Add mirrors would be cool. I have some mirrors somewhere, and I have like little goblets. I have like yeah, I have like fun stuff like that somewhere. um, oh, love you, girl. You're literally my favorite book talker. Ah, yay! Oh, I love hearing that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ariel. That means a lot. Actually, that means so much. Thank you. And all those hearts. Thank you. um, do I need a proofreader editor? No, I have a friend who can do that. Who has is like my person to do that, but I'm not in that. I'm not there yet. Unfortunately, I'm not there yet. But that is a good thing to know if I'm gonna try traditional publishing, and then if it doesn't work, then I'll go indie publishing probably. Like, well, kind of hybrid in the sense that like, no, that I would get an editor and I would get a proofreader and all that stuff, but indie publishing. I understand where you're coming from. As a big fan of horror, we should better normalize people being allowed to check out of the genre and not be pressured into it. Thank you. I just yeah, like I understand the appeal. I understand why people love it. I don't need much to be scared, for example. Like I don't need much. So then when a genre is completely aimed at scaring me, it like overstimulates me. It's just way too much. I end up crying. It's a mess. It's a mess. I literally will start crying in the middle of watching a film, like a horror film. I'm just like I can't handle it. Like so, yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Nice glasses. Thank you. I appreciate it. Who are you talking to? Sorry, that must be weird for anyone who's hopped in. I'm on Instagram here and on YouTube here, so if you see me looking back and forth, that's why. I hope you do excellent on your book. I would buy it one day when it's published. That means a lot. That means a lot. That whomever on here would be willing to buy my book whenever I finally publish it, because I've been wanting to write a book since I was 10 years old. And I have let fear sort of strike me out of the game, but I've decided F fear. I would rather the book not succeed than for me to just never do it and always wonder and always wish that I was a published author. So F it. I'm doing it. At some point I need to finish it, obviously. But yeah. Mm-mm-mm. I do alphabetical and distinguish between read and didn't read yet, but I am thinking about doing it by genre to get a new aesthetic. That's always the fun part about it, that you could always move things around. I feel like if I didn't have as many trinkets, I would experiment a little bit more, but as it is, I'm afraid to touch it too much because I have way too much on this. Um, but I already know, for example, some shelves that I would move around if I got too many books and I needed to move things. I kind of like already know. But yeah. Um, I have the original Dune trilogy, but I used the library for the rest of the series. That makes sense. What's your favorite dystopian? Oh wow, my accent. Dystopian series. Also, any books that have helped you get out of a book slump. Favorite dystopia series. If we go back to the classics, it's like 1984. But if we go to like the latest like YA dystopia type vibe, um, The Hunger Games and The Uglies were my favorite. Divergent was my favorite for a hot second, and then until the last book, and then it stopped. But yeah, I know those are old school, but they're like my favorites. Mm-mm-mm. I just had to skip an ad to get to the live. What, really? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. That's funny. It's still new, like that whole ad thing on my page, so I don't really know how it works very much. Have you read Stephen King's short story collection? Nope. Nope, nope, no. I hear his name and I get scared. So no longer pixelated. Yes, that's good. That's good to know. Okay, pause here for a second. Let's come over here. Um love your respect. Thank you. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? Yes. Don't be gross. I will not jump. If that's what you're looking for, you can get the fuck out. You saw my comment. Yeah. Hi. Um Love what you do. Please keep it up. It's late, so I'm hopping off. Thank you so much for hopping on. I appreciate that anyway. It means a lot. Thank you. Good night. Okay. I'm back here. Mm. Wait. I don't remember where I left off. Hold on. Oh, oh, sorry. I never answered the second part of your question. I did. What books have helped me get out of a slump? Well, it depends on what year we're talking about. Let's see. Let's see. What books? Hold on. Back in the day, Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard helped me get out of a slump for sure. Bridget Kemmerer, when I first read her Elemental series, which was her very first series, like years ago, that helped me get out of a slump. Um, Obviously, Akatar and Fourth Wing have helped a lot. Akatar by A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, or Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Those have helped out. Ooh, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross as well. Oh, I recently read what is it? Serpents of the Wing. What? Serpents and the Wings of Night, and by Clarissa Broadbent, and that one helped a lot. Oh yeah. So those are some that have helped get out of my reading slump. Thanks for the chat. Good night. Good night to you. What's your favorite web series? I don't know if I have a web series. A favorite web series. Hmm. Interesting. Hello. Um. Okay. Um. June was how I got out of a slump and started making my way through my ever-growing Sundoku pile of unread books. If you make a book, it's going in my cart immediately. God. Wait, that actually almost made me cry. Oh, that almost made me cry. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, damn. Sorry. Ah! Okay, I will get it done. I promise. That means a lot. Okay. Whew. It took me too long to realize people can be legitimately traumatized by film and literature. By the way, I always thought people could step in and out of those feeling easily, but obviously that's not true. Yes, for the most, hold on. That is probably why I read so much fantasy and romance, because I can. Even when the character gets, even when a character, well, hold on, that's actually a complete lie. It depends, because sometimes, yes, if a character's going through something sad, or one of my favorite characters dies, I will legitimately cry, and I will cry, and I will think about it for like days. Um, but for the most part, fantasy, especially fantasy that has romance, so not like Game of Thrones, but stuff like Akatar, they I can get out of it pretty quickly, because for the most part there's usually like mostly good stuff, right? Because it's mostly romance. The problem with like horror, for example, for me is like, yeah, I'm so scared that it will affect my sleep, and then I'll have nightmares or whatever. And then other certain biographies, depending on the topic, again, it'll just affect me, because this is not like make believe trauma. This is real trauma, if that makes sense, you know? Um, Same with like some contemporary romance and stuff like that. Like it just the the further it is from real life, the better for me essentially. But yes. Mm-mm. Horrors become that I can't eat spicier food than you drink more bitter. Oh no, not for me. I fully tap out. I'm like, nope. If that makes me lame, that makes me lame. I can. Who's your favorite author? I am so bad about answering this question because I don't have one. I don't have a favorite author. I have I have authors whose books they've gotten to a point where like I don't even need to know what their book is about. I'll just buy it. So I have several authors like that. These include Bridget Kemmerer. This include Rebecca Yarros. This includes Rebecca Ross. This includes Victoria Aveyard. Elizabeth and Helen, who are sisters. So yeah, there's a couple. So like I'll just like they're like, I have a book coming out, I'll pre-order it. What's it about? Literally no clue. But they wrote it, so I'm gonna read it. So yeah. Mm-mm. Has anybody read Utopia despite using dystopia negatively? Wait, what? No, I don't think so. Have you heard of the Winter Twins? They've been writing fantasy sci-fi novels together since they were about 9 years old, using Dragon Voice to text software to help circumvent their dyslexia. What? I have not. That's amazing. I have not. That's really cool. That's really cool. I have not. Hi. Do you have a favorite Shakespeare play? Why am I blanking on every Shakespeare play ever? Hamlet, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, Tempest. Taming of the Shrew. I don't know, actually. That's a great question. Maybe Macbeth. Maybe Macbeth. Maybe. Maybe. This is the type of question that I have a friend who's like a Shakespeare expert. I feel like I need her by my side. Or I could get out my massive Shakespeare collection and look through it, but it's down there. It's so far. That's a great question though. One to think about for me. We'll talk about this one again. Gotta hop off. It's getting late. So glad I made it to this live. I'm so grateful you answered my questions. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. It means a lot. It means a lot. Seriously. The book Utopia. Use Utopia as a common. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I have not read a book named like an actual book named Utopia or a book about a utopia. What time is it? Oh, it's kind of late. My plan was to also hop into TikTok at some point, but I might just stay here and then tomorrow do TikTok. Because, you know. Oh, really? The saying comes from that book. What? Now I feel uncultured. Really? We use Utopia, yet we all haven't read the book. That's interesting. Thank you for that. I was so confused as to what you were saying. I didn't know that. I didn't know it came from like a book. Interesting. Now, well, but also the word is now like a genre almost in literature. Like it's like its own like the dystopia genre. It's like its own thing. So I feel like most people use it like as a way to identify that. But that's really interesting. I didn't know that. Hopefully, I'm not the only one who didn't know that, because that would be really embarrassing. Hello, Shakespeare. Oh, Caesar. See, I was like, what has Shakespeare written? You're right. Caesar is pretty good. It's like gravity that came from Latin before Sir Isaac Newton. Well, there's a lot of words that like that. There's a lot of things like that. You're right. Yeah. I didn't know that Utopia thing. I feel like I gotta look it up now. I will. That's really fun. That's a fun fact. Howdy. Mm. Okay, so it Merchant of Venice is pretty. What is that? What book is that? I haven't heard that book. What's that book about? Is that a book? What's it about? Oh, wow. See, you see, it's a Shakespeare play. Here I thought I knew all of them or most of them, and I clearly didn't. Embarrassing. Wait until for me to crawl back into a hole. Have you read any Brandon Sanderson books? No, because I'm overwhelmed. I want to so bad because everyone loves him. I don't even know where to start. There's too many books. I don't know where to start. So no, but I'm ashamed of that. I'm so ashamed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, who hasn't read Brandon Sanderson? Me. It's just me. The shame is real. One day I'm gonna meet the guy and I'm gonna have to be like, oh god. Okay, so I have been on for an hour and a half at this point. Almost. So I'm going to start my goodbye spiel. However, if you guys have any last minute comments or questions, please send them now while I give my goodbye spiel, because I will answer them right after and then I'll hop off. So I will say my goodbyes. I have a long explanation while I said goodbyes, kind of advertising myself or whatever. But then you guys can keep commenting. I will answer, and then once I'm done with that, I will leave, if that's okay with you guys. I'm gonna try to go live again tomorrow, but this time it would probably be YouTube and TikTok rather than YouTube and Instagram. And the reason for that is because on my YouTube you could actually see the live as a video. So if you miss the live, you will be able to catch it. Versus on Instagram or TikTok, can't really do that. So that's why I always have YouTube and something else. I need to download something that will connect all of them, so that way I don't need to do this and I don't need to have the multiple screens, but I am scared. So I haven't done that yet. But yeah, so anyway, I will try to do that tomorrow. I can't promise anything because I don't trust me. But anyway, so I'm gonna start saying my goodbye, and then I promise I will answer what you guys say right after. Okay, so my goodbye spiel. So first of all, for anybody who hopped in just to say hi and had no idea who I am, my name is Stephanie. I mostly do skits and sketches, so I do characters and stuff. Usually they're focused on books and characters and writing, so they're usually very sarcastic and satirical, over exaggerated a little bit. They point out stereotypes, they point out tropes, they point out, um, yeah, just those common things that you might see in mostly books, but it also counts in anything like that has a character. So that's most of the content that I do. But also very recently, I started a new series that I call The Nerd Tea, in which I interview authors. I have been very lucky that I have so far been able to talk to several authors. My first episode aired last month. A new episode aired today on my YouTube, and I have enough to air one in September, October, and November as well. I will also figure out how to do it in podcast form. So if you guys rather listen to it like that, I will figure that out soon. I promise, before the end of the year. Actually, before the end of summer, I will figure that out. I promise. If you want any more discussion, I love coming live and I wish I could go live more, but because I can't go live as much as I would love to, I made a Discord channel. I do check it every day. So sometimes that is easier if you guys want to chat with me. I have different servers or different channels in the server for to just general chat, to chat about my skits and my sketches, to chat about the show, The Nerd Tea, and then other ones where if you have book recommendations, that's where to put it. I also started a book club, and you can see the books in the book club both on my Discord and on my Goodreads, and the link on my Goodreads should be in my link in the bio, but if it's not, I have it pinned in that channel in my Discord. So please go there. This month we're reading When the Moon Hatched. Oh my god, I just blinked on the name. By Sarah A. Parker. So it's there. That's the one we're reading this month. It's a romantasy. It's a new adult romantasy. So there you go. If you like that, then you will like this book. So far, so good. I'm like almost halfway there, and there's dragons, so I love it. Anyway, the link to that again is all in my bio. Same with so the link to my Discord, hopefully my Goodreads, but definitely my Discord, my Instagram, my YouTube, my TikTok. They're all in my bio. I also have Threads as well. If you want to follow me on Threads, I'm trying to experiment with Threads, things like that. Anyway, so that's kind of everything that I wanted to chat about. I always appreciate you guys hopping on and chatting with me and getting to know me, and I getting to know you guys. And I really appreciate that very much. I believe, yeah. So, like I said, for the Nerd Tea, I just released a new episode a couple of hours ago with the author Melissa Albert. She's a YA author. She writes like fantasy, but fantasy in the real world. And they're all a little creepy, unnerving, not horror, because as we've been talking about, I cannot handle it. It's not scary, but it is kind of like, a little unnerving, and a little mysterious. So if you like that vibe, that's the author that I talked to today. I published that the full interview today. It's like an hour-long interview. It's just a chat. So please go check it out at some point. And yeah, I will now read what you guys have written, message, and then I will leave. Let's see. Let me start off with IG over here. Sorry, I'm you. Question: why are you so beautiful? Thank you. Appreciate that. Just arriving. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that. Thank you for hopping in, though. I have a friend who has written a fantasy novel on a self-publishing site. Have you read any of those types? I have. My very first guest, actually, that I interviewed for the Nerdy, their names are Elizabeth and Helen. They're sister, and they write together, so I interviewed them at the same time. They wrote the series Beast of the Briar, and it's a Why Choose Beauty and the Beast novel or series. Anyway, right now they're hybrid, but they became hybrid like this year. When I first discovered them and stuff, they were indie authors, and so yeah, I've read several indie authors or indie authors turned hybrid or indie authors turned traditional publishing. So yeah, I've read those. I'm happy to interview the like that type. So yeah, if you think that we should read or anything, like please hop on my Discord and put it in the book recs and just like send it our way. Like I would love to read it or like mark it in my bookshelf. How do you pronounce your last name? Because it's Italian. Does it have a particular pronunciation? So I'm from Venezuela. I was born in Venezuela. My family is Italian, but I was born in Venezuela. And so I pronounce it more like Spanish. So I pronounce it Matarazzo. Technically, it's like Matarazzo. It's like more emphasis in Italian, but I pronounce it Matarazzo. So very more Spanish. Okay, I think I got everyone here so far. Let me move over here. The Stormlight it's not archives, it's archives is my favorite, but I think that's the best to start with is either Trust of the Emerald Sea or Mistborn. Oh, I know Mistborn. Have I read Mistborn? Why do I know Mistborn? Other people say Warbreaker, but I haven't read that yet. Okay. Please put this in my Discord. No, I need to start because honestly, I feel like I'm left. I have FOMO. When people are talking about Brandon Sanderson, I'm like I straight up think I have FOMO. So I need to start. Maybe I'll start with Mistborn because I know that one. So maybe I don't know. We'll see. I'm also a movie character. Nice. I really love your skits. Super funny. Thank you. That means a lot to me. I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun writing them, recording them, like seeing you guys react to that. Hi. No one goes on Threads. True, but I see that a lot of authors have started going, like I've seen a lot of authors do it just to advertise their books, which is kind of in my interest. And I've also seen people do it to advertise like their bookish events, like if like a fantasy ball or like a book con or something like that, which I'm also interested in. So that's kind of why I started doing it, just to attract the book people. But yeah, hi Gabby. And water script. Okay, anything else here? Wait, hold on. Thanks, love your skits. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is the first time I catch you on live stream. Do you do it often? I should do it more often. I will admit, I will either do it a lot back to back or none at all. So really bad. But I promise that I try to do it as every time that I have the time. It just sometimes that means more consistent and other times it's not. But I should make it more of like a thing. I should try to schedule it for at least once a week or something. We'll see. Like Matarazzo, so that is the correct way. But I just say again because I like pronounce it more like Spanish. I just say matarazo, so matarazo, without the t sound, just matarazo. Hi, wow, it's been a while. Hello, how are you doing? I know it's been a while since I've been live. I know. I don't really. No, I don't. But I see that you guys are communicating through it, and I am not catching the meaning of like the emoji hieroglyphics we got going on here. Okay. Anything else? Any last minute anything before I head out? Again, please, if you guys want to chat more, join my Discord. I do check it once a day just to make sure that I don't miss a chat. Um, just in case it takes a minute for me to go live again. I promise I won't make it a minute, but just in case, that way it's a little bit easier. And then again, you guys can give your book recommendations and all of that. Have you been? Did you write a book yet? I'm in the process, actually. I'm writing the book. I'm writing the book. It's taking. I like your blip videos. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And it's funny that you say that because I was just thinking yesterday, I was like driving and I was like, I haven't done that in a while. And I came up with an idea for it. And I feel like I need to write it for sure and I need to make it. So it's funny that you say that. I feel like that's the world being like, you gotta do another one because it's been a minute. I think I got really discouraged because the last one or two that I put up didn't do well. And I was like, I worked so hard in that one. So I got sad. But I'll do it again because clearly I think the world is trying to tell me to do another blip video. Mm. Okay. I think I'm all cut up. So because I'm all cut up, I'm going to go ahead and say bye. Once again, link in my bio for all of my other social channels and my Discord page and hopefully my Goodreads so that you guys can be in my book club. And please, you're still as gorgeous as ever. Thank you. And please, please, please go to my YouTube and see my episode of The Nerd Tea with Melissa Albert that I published today. And if you liked it, then please go check out the first episode that I did with Elizabeth and Helen. Again, I will try to get it up as a podcast format if that's easier. But for now, if you could please support me by watching the video, do 2 times speed so that it's faster. I'm good with that. Like, it's okay. It's probably a better interview if you guys listen to it real fast. So but just please go support that because it's I'm hoping that the more I do it and the better it does, the more access to more authors that I have. So yeah. Have you ever read a Cormac McCarthy? No. Yes. No. 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 Is that no? No. Nope, I'm watching in slow motion. Well, go luck to you because it's an hour-long interview, so if you watch it in slow motion, you'll be there a while. Oh my god, my Duolingo. Oh, okay. I really have to hop off because I need to do my Duolingo before I lose my streak. I'll cry. Okay. Anyway, bye everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This was such a great conversation. This was honestly such a great conversation. If you hopped on late and you were wondering what else we talked about, part of the reason that I also do it on YouTube, if you see me kind of looking back and forth, is because YouTube will then put the live up as a video, and you could always watch it as a video. So that's the reason that I put it on YouTube as well. So if you wanted to catch what else I talked about, then please you can go find it there. Anyway, bye guys. It was great chatting with you. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Let me go over here and smile while I do it. Bye. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that peace sign. Bye. Ah, sorry guys. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Wait. Okay. That's that. And then I got lost. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you can hop on next time. And a swamp. Oh no. Um, no. Oh, I'm sorry. That sounds you got lost coming from Louisiana. Well, unfortunately, I have to go, but thank you guys so much again. See you later. Bye.